viewers, my name is Michael once again. Welcome to our channel, the Visas Migration Consultancy Firm, located in St. Petersburg. We also have offices in Nigeria. Thank you once again for the subscriptions and the likes, the sharing. It's really encouraging and helping us to grow. The essence of this video is just to put most people in the right path, to understand the basics about Russia Federation. Today I'll be talking more about invitations, because I got messages about people asking me to check, to help them confirm if their invitations are actually genuine or not. And I have really done this, of course, several times. But I think it's better I teach you how to do all these things, how to understand, the differences about all these things, about all these invitations. Okay, so today I'll be talking and showing you more about the study invitation, the private invitation. Also, we're talking about the tourist invitation. Yeah, tourist, private, and which other one again? There's so many of them. Work invitation, the marriage invitation, and the likes. But I will just show you 3 of them today and tell you how to differentiate between all these, and also how to confirm on your own without necessarily calling us or going to the embassy to confirm. Of course, the other ways to confirm at the embassy is if you have the genuine one sent through electronic email to the embassy, because electronic invitation is what we're using right now in Russia Federation. The respective embassy in your country will get a copy, and you also have a copy, in your email, which you can print out with other necessary requirements in terms of documentation for visa processing. Okay, so I'm going to be showing this on my screen right now in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so this invitation right now is the study invitation. This is for a client that we processed recently, and I had to cover the names and other information just for confidential purposes. So you can see we have the column. The number at the top is actually the reference number or the invitation number, which once is slotted in or imputed, of course, will bring out other detailed information about the genuinity of this information. Also, you have the descriptions, the columns where you have your name, you have your nationality, the place of visa collection, you also have your passport number, you have all the information. Now, down below, you can see there you have what is known as the barcode. Okay, so we can call it QR code, the barcode. You can scan this barcode, okay, to also understand the genuinity of invitation without even calling anyone. Okay, I have seen different invitations where people just forward to me and they say they want to verify it, and by the time without even scanning, I look at it, I check the name, the editing is just so rough. I will always understand that it's been edited, but of course, a first timer would understand because of the language barrier. I always know, oh, this is edited. No matter how perfect it is, I always know if it's edited or not before scanning. Because sometimes some will just send you this invitation and take away this, the barcode. They will edit it in such a way that you now have access to the barcode. And once you don't have access to the barcode, there's really no way for you to actually confirm if it's genuine or not. And some will say, I cannot send you the invitation because you have not paid balance or because you have not made any payment. So they want to cover the invitation number, they want to cover the barcode, they want to cover this. Of course, if it's genuine, I'll say that it's genuine. But basically, try to understand what it entails. It's written in English language and also in Russian language. I mean the descriptions of the invitation. Okay, that is gone. Next, let's talk about the tourist invitation. The tourist invitation actually comes out within 24 hours. If you apply earlier, you can even get it within 4 hours. Unlike the study invitation, that could take 4, 5, sometimes 6 weeks. Okay, sometimes 7, 8 weeks. It depends on if the university is prepared enough, to gather enough students before taking it to the immigration, before submitting, for invitation processing, or if you meet up with the requirement. Sometimes people just send passport and send results without, and they start telling you, you said 4 weeks. No, it's not done like that. Once you send all these things, it has to go through a process of translation first to Russian language. It could take 2 weeks. It could take 2 days, even to 1 week, before filling the forms, submitting to the university. University will also have to take their time, to process all, if they have a group of 12 or 20 students, they have to process all at once and submit for invitation processing. Okay, I'm done with that, so I'll continue from where I stopped about the tourist invitation. The tourist invitation, like I said earlier, if you submit in the morning, within 4 or 5 hours you can get it. Maximum 24 hours you can get it. And you can always apply through hotels. You can always, if you pay their bills, you can always get it. You also have private institution or private companies that issue this type of invitation. As long as you make the payment, they'll send you a scanned copy, through the email. And it's important for you to have other basic traveling experiences before applying for the Russian tourist visa. It's not as cheap as you think. Not easy to get, as you are willing to understand, except the other processes attached to it. All right, that is it. So I'll talk about it. The last one, the private invitation, and what it requires. Okay, that is it. The private invitation actually, you need a Russian. Okay, you need a Russian, whether black or white, as long as the Russian who has a Russian passport. Okay, and there's something called gasusligi, which is more like a database of Russians, so to speak, or those with permanent residence, or those with temporary residence, because you need something called SNILS, okay, which shows that you're working, and I think it's something that prepares you for retirement benefit and all that. But you need that number actually. So all you have to do is get a Russian, a male or female, a friend. They can easily send you, help you apply or process this kind of invitation. They need to tender a lot of evidences of what they do in Russia, their financial evidences, home address, whether rented or bought, they have to show all these evidences. Whether on mortgage or not, they have to show all these evidences, because if you invite someone for private, visit, then the person becomes your responsibility. That means you don't expect to use hotel reservation for visa processing when you are talking about private visit. That means the person responsible for your registration on arrival. The person will be responsible for where you're going to stay, whether in his house or elsewhere. Wherever you are put, of course, you must be registered there. Very, very important. So that is for 3 different kinds of invitation I want to talk about today. And different people with different prices, different quotation for the 3 kinds of invitation we talked about. Of course, some people will come and they'll say, Mr. Consultant, the study invitation is free. Yes, it's free. Go to Google, browse the name of the university you want, apply directly. But if you're coming through a consultant, of course, you have to pay. You have to pay what is called consultation fee, translation fee, application fee, and all the necessary things, just to make sure that you have the best package. Okay, and after that, there's something also called pre-interview counseling, which the consultant will give to you. These are all part of the packages. The pre-interview counseling involves telling you the likely questions to expect, from the embassy, the regular likely questions, what I want to expect, how to answer your questions, help you to fill your form, and prepare you adequately. Book an appointment for you. Like in Ghana, they book appointment, of course, and somehow you cannot be the sister. So all these things are really what it entails to discuss with the consultant. So thank you. I'm going to be showing you we're going to be discussing other details after this break. Thank you. Bye. Okay, so viewers, once again, I felt it's also important I talk about the requirements of these 3 types of invitation I talked about. Let me just list them so you can see them on the screen. Okay, now let's start with our normal student invitation. For student invitation, if you're coming in for Russian medium or English medium, it doesn't matter. The requirement remains the same. If you're coming in for a bachelor's degree, let's start with that first. Of course, you need your O-level, either NECO or WAEC, okay? And must be confirmable, must be verifiable. If you come in with anyone, of course, some people just send rubbish at times. They get invitation, but when you get to the embassy verifies this result and find it amusing that, you know, I don't sometimes I wonder why Africans do such, especially you edit NECO, you edit WAEC, you send it over. We just genuinely process your invitation. You get to the embassy, you're denied visa, and you want to put the blame on the consultant. After further verification, it was discovered that you actually submitted, you know, with fake. I don't want to use the word not genuine, fake O-level credential, fake. So how do you expect the embassy to issue a visa? So it's important to make sure that you have genuine O-level, genuine NECO or WAEC. If it's NECO, you must have the certificate. If you don't have it, don't bother. Okay? If it's WAEC, of course, it's okay. Just send it to us. There are some universities that actually scan through your results. If you have bad credit, you will not be accepted. And there are some, they don't mind as long as you're coming in, you know, for the Russian medium of instruction. So some of them will accept you because it's not all about your scores in English language, it's not about your scores in mathematics. You can be trained again for 10 months, and after that you write an exam. If you pass it, you proceed, you know, to your bachelor's degree. So it's called a preparatory faculty in Russia Federation. And you don't need transcript from secondary school. It's not necessary. And for master's degree, you know, you actually need to get yours. For example, it depends on where you are applying through or who you are applying through. Make sure you get a transcript. Make sure you get a certificate or diploma. Make sure you get your, when I say diploma, maybe HND. Make sure you get your O-level attached to it. Your international passport. Send it to the appropriate consultant or send it to the appropriate university. This must also be translated. If you send to the university, it must be translated directly by you. If you send to the consultant can translate it for you and apply it directly to the university. Very necessary to do this because they want to equate, you know, it's just like evaluation of credential as it's been done by West. They want to evaluate it and compare, you know, the standards, if it's okay enough for them or not. So after this, you fill the necessary application form, either online or, you know, get a soft copy, print it out, sign, and send it back to them. And it's also important to confirm if it's been received or not, because if you don't make a call, your application might just be there without any form of verification or confirmation by the admission department. So it's very important you do this. Okay. Next is tourist invitation. Okay. This is the list. I'm going to show you the list. Okay. So talking about the requirement for tourist invitation, you only need your data page. Okay. And I forgot to talk about the validity of your passport in terms of your student invitation. You must have minimum of 18 months. Minimum of 18 months. That is the requirement from the Russian immigration. If your passport validity is less than 18 months, it will not be possible to process your student invitation, your business invitation, your it's not applicable to tourist invitation or applicable to all long-term kinds of visas, including private invitations. Okay, so ensure that you have a passport validity of 18 months. Okay, now coming back to the requirement for tourist invitation, all you need is just your international passport copy and a passport photograph. Okay, then fill all the necessary forms, you know, to detail your information, you know, your place of residence, where you intend to apply for the visa, you know, all those necessary questions, you know, the questionnaires that comes with it. Fill the information and send to the appropriate firm or hotel. Okay, for the hotel, you have to make some payment, or if it's a tourist company, you also have to make a payment to them, you know, for process it. The charges ranges. Please, I don't want to give false information. Just check the internet for, you know, this information. Okay, let's go to the last type of invitation, the requirement. For private invitation, yes, you must have a kind of relationship with someone first, you know, friendship and what have you, before a Russian can be able to invite you, even if it's a black, you know, having Russian nationality, you must be able to, I don't know, there must be friendship, understanding, knowing you in and out, because you're going to be the responsibility of that person. The person is more or less your guarantor. So you need a copy of international passport, minimum validity of 18 months, and passport photograph, evidences of where you work, um, your home address, all those necessary things you have to fill in the form. And the person will also have to transfer all this online, fill the appropriate form. Um, the person inviting will also have to show evidence of place of work, salary, um, what do you call it, monthly salary evidences, and place of residential address, and so on and so forth. This type of invitation takes between 2 weeks to 3 weeks, okay, before it can be processed from embedded. Okay, so that is it. I'm going to be showing you all this on screen, which I'm sure you can see at the moment. Okay, so if you have more questions, please just send us an email to info@visasmigration.com or call this number +7965 8181 It's on WhatsApp, and you can also send a direct call. Okay, this number is also on Telegram in case you want to make further inquiries. Okay, we'll be able to answer all your questions and guide you rightly. Please like the video, share, and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you very much. God bless you. Bye.